Hello Virgo, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Emily Gear, multidimensional channel and transformative energy healer. Thank you so much for being here and for all of your likes and subscribes and shares, particularly your subscribes. My channel has just turned 1 year old yesterday, so I was very grateful that everyone subscribes, helped push me over 1,000 subs. So hopefully we'll keep going like that and growing and growing. So thank you so much, and I'm starting a new project now. Well, I'll be doing Zodiac readings weekly, I hope. Though this first cycle is going to be a 2-week cycle up until the 22nd, just because I'm anticipating traveling this coming week. I can't promise I can keep up this schedule, but I am really going to try. It's my intention. And these YouTube readings are general. They are going to be general energies and updates and ascension energies for each one of the signs. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs because sometimes relationship stuff comes out. But extended readings dealing directly with relationships and providing energy healing will be available. The links in the description box below to my Vimeo channel. So, Virgo, this is going to be your reading for the 9th of June through the 22nd. I know we're past the 9th of June at this point, but that was my intended start date. So through the 22nd of June, okay? So let's see what we've got for Virgo. I'm just going to ask Source Creator to assist in providing messages of clarity and divine wisdom for Virgo, please. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I am actually Virgo rising myself, so this could be meaningful. Okay, so we're going to start with the Wheel of Fortune, and that actually feels really, really good to me. I do feel like there's a turning point. We're sort of at a turning point. Okay. The other cards that are coming up are the Page of Swords with the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So I'm actually feeling like with the first card to come out being the Wheel of Fortune, that it's almost like we're going to be shaken loose, or it's like there's the with these two fours together, I almost feel like the wheel has been stuck and holding to its spot and just stuck at rest for a little bit. So you might have felt like something in your life has been either stuck or hasn't been moving like you had hoped. Maybe it's been moving slowly. But with the Page of Swords here, I almost feel like this really sudden change in pushing you forward. And this is probably going to be due to the change in the energies that are coming in. We do have the Sagittarius full moon coming up next week on the 17th. And I do feel like that is actually bringing in a whole lot of more lighthearted energy into situations which have been very challenging, at least since the Scorpio new moon several weeks ago. So I also feel like this change, this thing that knocks it loose, is maybe not as big as the Tower, but it might not be particularly pleasant. It might be that there's some misunderstanding occurs with this Page of Swords here. It can also be that I'm hearing that you may become fed up with primarily, I mean, it could be situations in your life, but I'm almost feeling primarily with your own thought processes. It's like you're done feeling the way that you have been as a result of the way that your thinking patterns have been going, if that makes sense. It's like, you may have been stuck and just sort of in a state of status quo, or in a state of, I'm saying coping, but the word that I really want is that you've been stuck in a state of complacency about your thought patterns. And it could be that actually you did upgrade. I'm feeling like maybe you did make a shift or a change in March or April, But since then, you've kind of been complacent about allowing some of those negative thought patterns to come back in. And some of that, I want to say, because Virgo, you guys are so hard on yourselves, it's not necessarily that you need to be upset with yourself or like come down hard on yourself for that sense of complacency. It's as if, you know, you really needed to allow those feelings to come up to the surface, so that at this point you can notice them and be able to break yourself loose. Okay. So everything, you're always where you're meant to be at any given time. So I just want to make sure that you're aware that you are where you're meant to be. Okay. And that's really reinforced by this Wheel of Fortune, which is all about fate and destiny, and you are where you need to be right now. It's just that changes are definitely coming in, and here you are with the Ace of Cups. And so that can be about new love, new relationships, stuff like that. But what I'm primarily feeling here is like putting an end to this negative thought cycle and allowing yourself to think about yourself in a much softer manner. Like most Virgos I know are really they are their own toughest critic, and it's about really looking at that thought pattern and changing it to allow for a greater sense of I am so sorry about that, Virgo. If you have been watching my videos recently, I have been absolutely plagued with technological issues, and this one was totally preventable though. My camera ran out of battery, so my fault. I honestly am not totally sure where the video cut off, but I was talking about the Ace of Cups and how I feel like this is a change in your mental thought patterns, your thought patterns that have been less than loving, I feel like, in the past. And, you know, what they're showing me is as you open up this doorway to loving self-talk, you actually open that up to a higher level, a more divine level of relationship with other individuals. So it's not only about, you know, I think it's like super, people feel like it's so unsexy to talk about self-love and like positive self-talk and things like that. But that is exactly what opens the door to this sort of divine love and divine partnership with another person. So that's what I'm really getting for you. This is the way that the wheel is turning for you at this time in these next 2 weeks throughout the energetic changes that are coming in. Now, oh, my dog, he's growling. Sorry if there's a howl in a moment. After that, or with that, but separately, popped the Queen of Pentacles with the Three of Swords. And so I just feel like this is indicative of your self-talk. It comes from this sense that your self-worth is wounded somehow. And I can honestly myself really relate to this, because I was just thinking yesterday that I felt this feeling of being, oops, sorry. Shh, Louie. Of being completely inadequate. Louie, stop. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is with all the interruptions always, whether it's technological or dogs or neighbors or whatever. Mostly it's technological, but I just feel like, I don't know. Anyway. So in any case, what I was saying is that I was feeling yesterday that I'm like somehow not good enough or completely inadequate in every aspect of my life, be it like professionally in either one of my professions, or you know, with my own personal relationships, be it friends or family, and even down to, you know, because I often talk about my martial arts, and that's something I spend next to my jobs. I spend the most time probably at martial arts, and I'm feeling completely inadequate there, you know. So it's it's this feeling of not being worthy, I think, that we are really tackling at this moment. And that is changing that thought pattern of not being worthy is what is bringing in this new love, this new emotional. What are they showing me here? They're actually, what they're showing me is like a grotto, and this grotto is deep and blue and full of water and full of fish. They're actually showing me the Lenormand deck where the fish are equivalent to abundance and joy. Okay, so in this deep blue grotto, the full cup, right, is this abundance and joy, and that is the energy that we're bringing in now. Whether we really need to, it's possible that we need, I'm hearing that we need to accept this, that it's here available to us at every moment, and that we simply don't choose to look at it. We choose to focus on this, particularly as Virgos, and Virgo here being the Queen of Pentacles. We can be very hard on ourselves, expecting perfection, expecting, never to either make a mistake or never to measure up to some ideal which is completely unrealistic, and not, it's very unkind what we can do to ourselves while being so giving and loving to other people. So all of that said, I do feel like if we can release the grip on this negative mental behavior, which the energy or any kind, or maybe potentially a situation, something's going to help knock that free, then we usher in this deep blue grotto, okay, of compassion and love, if we choose to accept it. And so that seems like an easy thing, right? Why wouldn't we choose to accept that? But so many don't, because they don't know another way. And this wheel turning is us being pushed into another way. Okay, I feel like we're being pushed into it, kind of whether you want to be or not. And it's like we all want to be there, but do we hold the vibration that conducts that energy? Do we truly believe that we deserve it? Do we not want it because we feel like we don't deserve it? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of upgrading coming in regarding our thought patterns and our self-esteem, self-worth. Okay. What else wants to come out for Virgo, please, for these next until the 22nd? What else is coming? Oh, too many cards. Way too many cards. All right. So Virgo. What else is coming out for Virgo? Okay. This is the waxing gibbous. So it's typically a timing card. That's going to be, oh wait, is this the waning gibbous? See, I've actually got my computer here. Let me just look up moon phases. Don't worry, I will extend your reading because I'm taking a second to do this. Moon phases, June 2019. Okay. So it is the waxing gibbous. And that's literally today's moon. Okay, I don't know why they like to do this. This is the second reading in which they provided me the moon phase of today's moon. So it could be that between today and the next waxing gibbous, which will be in 28 days, that we will have reached a significant up-leveling in this cycle, in this process that we're talking about. Okay. What else for Virgo, please? Anything else for Virgo? What is this? I'm hearing the King of Swords popped out, and I'm hearing fairness and honesty, and Again, this circles back to the self, because as Virgos, we really don't have an issue with being fair or honest to everyone else. It really is focused in on ourselves. Let's see what else just came out here. Yeah, actually this combination came out for another sign that I don't remember, the King of Swords with the Seven of Swords. And so to me, this feels like during this week, a lot of us, regardless of your sign, are going through this process of getting very honest with ourselves about what our buried, old, negative habits are, what is in our shadow, okay? And so we need to be really honest about that. And I think it's going to come back to being honest about what ways you're not being fair to yourself, and which ways you're being too hard on yourself. And this lack of loving self-talk is creating all kinds of blockages for you all over your life. Because how can blessings flow to a person in the way that they're meant to that doesn't believe they deserve them? Does that make sense? And so this is all about creating justice for yourself, all the while continuing to, be that kind and just and caring and honest individual to everyone else. But you deserve all of that you give to everyone else, okay? I'm going to leave it there, and we're going to move on to if you would like to join me for the extended reading in Vimeo, we will dive directly into relationships, primarily romantic relationships, but it can be any kind of relationship, whether it's parents or friends or workplace. And also we will do an energy healing focused on this negative self-talk, or deservingness issue that is going on for us these 2 weeks. Okay, thank you so much, Virgo. If you would like to join us for the extended, the link is in the description box below. If this is where we part ways this week or for these 2 weeks, I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, bye.